Hey everyone, Paul Johnson, Waconia, Minnesota, and the Laughing Trout Fly Tying Club. Today I'm going to be tying a baitfish minnow pattern, kind of a puglisi style, if you will. What I want to talk about here is not a specific pattern, but the technique of tying this type of fiber in to create a minnow pattern. This one I'm tying for fishing on the beaches in Florida. So it's tied on a Gamakatsu saltwater hook. The top of the minnow is olive water silk from Fly Tyer's Dungeon. The bottom is white water silk fibers, and it's got a little bit of larva lace, silver flash in there, and then 8mm eyes. So let's see if we can get this done here. Mentioned it's a stainless steel hook, size 2. Thread, I'm just using some Danville 210 denier white. Again, match the thread to the pattern that you'd be tying. Put down a pretty good base of tying thread. We're going to start right about the hook point. So it helps to have everything cut and laid out to speed it up a little bit. So I have one full length of this water silk tied in right on top of the hook. If you kind of can fold it over, roll it around the hook a little bit is fine. And then I'm going to pull it back and tie that down over itself. Now I'm going to turn my hook around in my vise, and I've got white, same technique here. Make a couple of wraps of tying thread. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate it roughly in half on each side of that hook shank. And then the other half, pull that all back. Okay. Now we're just going to keep repeating that process. And again, whatever colors you wanted to use to mimic whatever size baitfish you were trying to pattern here. Like I said, I'm just using this olive with the white, sometimes all white, and just a little accent of olive works good for me. You can put stripes in with markers or add different colors as you go along here. Helps to have that rotary vise. Speeds things up a little bit. So as I'm going along here now, my clumps of minnow fiber is starting to get a little bit shorter. Just keep working your way forward. Just a little bit more here to go. Once you, like I said, if you have everything laid out, they're pretty easy to tie. I guess they're easy to tie even if you don't have everything laid out. It just takes a little bit longer because you got to cut the fiber as you go along. So just keep working forward. Another key here with this stuff is use less materials than you think you're going to need, because it's really easy to build up a lot of bulk in these things, and you don't want that real bulky fly. It's pretty sparsely tied. Keep working forward here, almost to the eye. Just found out something here. That hook point is really sharp as it jammed into my thumb. Kind of hurts. All right, we're going to get right up to the eye here. And then just one more clump here in the bottom. All right, one more clump on the top. And then what I did not do is I did not get my flash, that larva lace, pulled out. That's going to take me just a second here. This stuff is kind of unruly, if you will. It comes in a hank. And I've got it all over my lap. And I'm the only one here to clean up my fly tying room, so I guess that's my problem. All right, so we're going to tie it in right on the near side here. Kind of create those lateral lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it over. Bring it down the back side of it as well. Build up a nice head here. All right, now I can whip finish. Okay, now comes a part that at first a little bit intimidating, and that's trimming it all up. So I'm actually going to have to take this out of my vise and make some trims here. Want to have a good scissors, like a Fiskars, if you will, something to cut this fiber material versus a little Dr. Slick scissors or something like that. All right, put this back here, and so what I did is I started to trim the bottom. And I wanted to get it trimmed about level with the hook point. And then the top, just kind of start curving it around. I'm going to take it out of my vise again, I apologize. And just kind of shaping it to give it that baitfish pattern, minnow pattern. All right. It's actually not too bad right now. That kind of gives you an idea. Then what I'm going to do is I've got some eyes that'll go on. And these are just some little stick-on eyes, and then I'll come back with some UV resin and fill those gaps all in. A friend of mine from Florida, Ted, with the Tampa Bay Fly Fishing Club, they use arrow fletching that you use to put fletchings on an arrow. They feel that holds it real good. I just find that for me the UV resin works pretty good. Fishing for a while, you're going to lose some eyes, but it's part of the deal. So there it is, fiber baitfish minnow. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks.